have roaming zombies, it should be easier for them to search the nearby stores and find the supplies they need to prevent contamination. This should hopefully prevent this from but the same is not true for Melanie. As innocent as she looks, this girl's a threat as long as she stays in lab with us, and eventually, she's going to run out of animal stuff to eat. When there's nothing left, her zombie instincts will take over, and we need to fix this problem before she starts eating the others. Now, when Melanie was living on the military base, she was being fed worms, which is really smart. These creatures feed off organic matter, helping it to decompose, and they get their nutrition from microorganisms that live in the soil. With the city overgrown of plant life, we're going to have a much easier time finding worms to eat instead of stray cats. The added benefit is that they're actually a superfood. Amino acids. I don't care. Now it's on how practical you are taking the work. So the smart solution to this is organization. These actually works. It all needs some kind of basic. And it works like then, after taking the bodies of the apartments and let them reproduce them, it's hard to do. But if you start out with enough culture samples, you can produce 150 worms for every single line in a year, which doesn't sound like much, but it's less. It's considering this research in the military base, something's a good idea to get time by itself. When doctors has gotten worse, and when the teacher asks me tells the teacher that she can make somehow this mistrusting of her is to sacrifice her soul, and that's what they did with her. Inside, she wanted to pull the soldier whose life is about to be hunted down by a demon. He tries to radio download and gets no response. The soldier has crawled inside of a supermarket to get supplies, until talking behind. Suddenly, they hear a voice on the lab's radio calling from a military base. Always in communication. The voice on the other end tells them they're about to be overrun just before the signal cuts out. In another part of the city, Gallagher here is searching a supermarket when he finds a rack of adult magazines. Enjoying the well-written articles, the man hears something. He got distracted. He got distracted by the sick young. And he finds a rack of adult magazines. Enjoying the well-written articles, the man hears something behind him and is surprised to see a feral child. He tries to communicate with her, but she backs away and leads him through an eye. He's suddenly ambushed as another child slices his legs, trapping him with no way to escape. The man pulls out a hand grenade and threatens to blow them all up, but all they see is dinner as the children rush forward and eat him alive. Did he pull him in? Leads the group through the city, tracks the soldier set directly to the supermarket. Lifting up the shutters, they head inside, and the group is horrified to discover that they've arrived too late. The soldier's body has already been ripped apart, and that's when the girl realizes they've just been lured into a trap. Going outside, she sees the infected children are waiting for them and have completely surrounded the entrance. There's no way to escape.
Why Flora Store Daily Probiotic? Well, it's jam-packed with vitamins and zinc, because sick days are not on the calendar. Give yourself a boost with the #1 pharmacist recommended probiotic, Flora Store.
Time to sell your ride? Just go to CarMax.com, enter your info, and get a real offer that's good for 7 days. If you can wait that long. That's car selling reimagined. CarMax.
But Melanie knows exactly how to handle this. The other children stand back as the girl growls at them and faces off against their leader. They start fighting desperately to survive. She suddenly gets a leader and instantly realizes it's there's no way to protect herself. As Melanie takes the back of hands and she just pummeled this kid to protect her friends, and it was a very smart decision. These children have zombies in half, so they're capable of predicting behavior and responding to social dynamics. But they also have serious communication. They're basic as that, and that means that they're not going to respond to this communication. There's all about power hierarchies. Melanie realized that steps from dominance would be the most effective way to do it, but she didn't realize that there was even better ways to do it. Right now, we can see that all the other children were subservient, and the death of the leader brings about back to their lives. That's why it's so important. And while starts objecting them to make the condition clear. Establish the rule that belongs to him and everything to satisfy Melody's needs. So we can use this as a reward to play function and reinforce the game and set the game stage. Now, the biggest transaction is next, because as soon as the scores are released, anything we do, if we can teach our function to learn how to play this game from seeds to join them, we might be able to save the entire human race, and that's a problem we can certainly not touch. The children were terrified of that, and the survivors walked away safe and zoo. They head back to the base of the lab with something. The front door had been left wide open, and they were inside the final tap. When actually saw the doctor and the goods right at them, the crew realized the camera and suddenly started showing people blacking out. With everyone else unconscious, the woman must be there back into the world and tries to get into the dark. She disconnects her vision carefully, but suddenly turns around to the whole area. Desperate to survive, the doctor tells her she can be one of the people that needs to be infected. The girl sacrifices herself. Melody argues she can help protect them, but the woman points out the seeds of the fungus tree are going to bloom. They open up to eat, and all it takes is a single wildfire spread the infectious forms, and every last I have to start, Sid. Well, my idea was and all it would take is a single wildfire to spread the infectious forms, killing every last one of them. I thought you were this. Melody decides to before she gets outraged. When the glasses to water, it's her body still moving over the lungs. Considering the question for the one answer is that she's a living person, and this was the doctor who made it so simple. She turned her mind, the girl walks away, grabbing a box of matches. The doctor tries to chase after her, but she's too weak for the move. That's when she realizes the fairies are made of surrounding her, and there's nothing she can do to stop them from moving forward. Lunchtime, back to the giant time covering the beaching tower. Lights of matches, the lights on fire. The fungus quickly burns up and dooms the world as the seeds burst open, releasing the spores. Looking back, she sees the sergeant missing and realizes the girl apologizes to him, explaining that everyone aboard now be infected, and the man mentioned a vision. Taking his whistle, Melody shoots her way out and says her goodbyes to the last chance. Back at the resource, the teacher at the end walks through the portal, using the preventive shield to discover the spores of the world. The world is nothing but real, and the teacher is short, but seeing Melody outside, she realizes there's still more. Starting some unrewarding lessons as she moves closer to the city of significant moments from the rooms. How would you?
That's how it ends. That's how it With Canva, we design videos together. Easy.
Trim this,
Tweak that.
and that's a wrap.
Great job, team. What will you design today? Start designing for free at canva.com.
We all want to be the love of our life. But the world is just not that simple anymore. Everyone be cool and chill, just like me. Let me hear you say it.
Cool and chill. Right, now listen to me. I am tall and curious. Yoga teacher to drag.
Fine.
Let's get you to welcome back to JY's Adventures. Hope y'all are doing amazing. You guys are the freaking best. Y'all already hit me in the comment section with some reaction requests. A lot of y'all told me to check out how to beat the bullies and nerds in the final. Send them keep sending those reaction requests. Y'all in the description. You guys can check it out if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes and for that algorithm, guys. We like to see how simple something analyzes this video. Let's go. We're captured by what the? What you should do and how to be the outcasts. That's I don't like him already. Leave the man alone. Leave the man alone. The Shinies, they're all losers, but they're sick of being abused. And together they make a plan. Time for some payback? Revenge? Party at a house, and nobody will know who organized it until it's too late. No. Get the most brutal revenge they can imagine. I mean, payback is a biatch, but like, if it goes too far, you know what I'm saying? This is them even more. Got him. Oh my gosh. You see how kindness could go a long way, guys? See how kindness could go a long way? He about to get speared because he just been nice to the people, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into it, you know, with like more serious topics, you know, body schools and stuff like that. But be more kind to each other. Be more empathetic, please. I know all of us are. Let's be more kind to each other. Let's spread some kindness. Go out and be kind, okay? Oh no.
with a punch bowl in the first place. Punch bowls are for school dances and church potlucks, not for a house party full of rowdy teenagers. They should be serving jello shots and Jaeger bombs. So this should have been the first sign that something's wrong. Something's weird. Outcasts are lucky that nobody questions. One thing I learned, guys, is that, whenever you go to parties or stuff like that, whenever you go to, places that have fun, also always make sure it's a drink that's unopened, like that's sealed. Whether it's a can where you can pop the can, you know what I'm saying, or it's like a bottle where you can pop the top off the bottle. That way you know nothing's gone into it. If it's just a glass or like a bowl and it's out in the open, like a punch bowl here, you never know, somebody could just toss something in there, bro. Sign that something is not right. The group of outcasts are lucky that nobody everything about this was weird. After the boys and everyone sing this number. Not all of them gonna drink from the punch bowl. They'll be like, what's going on? Right. Someone's serving them. It was the nerd, one of the nerds. Keep everyone locked inside. Take a shot. A toast. Now the owners of this honestly should have seen this coming, because there were plenty of signs that this was going to be a bad night. Their first mistake was attending a party deep in the woods without even knowing who invited them. All of these kids seem to be pretty close friends, but if nobody knows who is the one who hosts the party, then it didn't right. And it should tell us that something is not. Why would you go? Now, it's important to mention that no one deserves to be mistreated because it's flat out wrong. But if you had to bully someone, it definitely shouldn't be this guy. Look at his notebook. Robbie's drawing pictures of himself carrying a sword that's dripping blood. Who the guy that makes it like worse every single day of the school year? Then it's he planning something on you. And it might not take much to push him over the edge. Because just like he's not expecting Robbie to get his revenge, you're not expecting Ray Shadow Legends. A game that refers key to your hobbies. Perfect! Perfect dropping of the sponsor.
Flora Store is a dual-action probiotic and prebiotic that multitasks. Just like you, it flushes out the bad bacteria and boosts the good. Try the 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic and trust your gut to Flora Store.
When the best deals are built, they're built at home Toyota. Start with the best vehicles anywhere. Camry, Corolla, RAV4. Then we price them better, cleaner, lower. Like new RAV4s with 3.99% financing. Or you can start anytime with Acceleride. Buy your car, do a sell, excel. When the best deals are always built. Home Toyota in the Bone Zone. Located on the West Bank.
Ray been making the rounds with every single YouTuber, man. They all drink the punch, completely unaware that it's been spiked. The poison kicks in, and the crowd begins passing out. Oh no. And the losers put on these terrifying masks before stealing everyone's keys and phones. No one can call. That was a smart thing to do. They can't call for help. This kid turns on the stereo and wakes them all up. The bullies slowly realize they shackled them. And the leader here explains they're about to be punished. The students can't believe what they're hearing, and this guy makes a joke, refusing to take this seriously, but he's just sealing his feet. The leader explains his friend has a bolt gun used to kill livestock, and it's a what? Demonstrate how it's a bolt gun? No! Ah!
get messy and petty and talk about their messed up relationship. Oh man, that's tough.
Rubs it in his face. He's enjoying every second that someone else is getting vulnerable.
Oh no.
Outside, Tommy is running for his life when suddenly a gang of
They're hunting him down.
and start to chase him. They've been sent to hunt him down, and the bully dodges their gunfire, but steps right into a bear trap.
They got bear traps set up too.
He can only lie there as the rider, and he's brought back to the house and left with the other victim. That's
Dang.
how he's punished with
4 to go.
Okay, these kidnappers are total idiots. They're wearing masks to protect their identities because if the victims survive,
You can hear their voice. They're the losers. He just gave up himself. Every single person will find out. Oh man. Wow. Sacrifice yourself. If they're good people at heart.
They're still carrying it because if you look here, you'll realize that
So they can't see that properly in the night.
really obstructed their vision, and since it's the middle of the night, our chances of escaping are actually in our favor.
Increases our chances.
His first mistake was to run through the widest path in the forest. This makes it easy for them to chase
Chase him with the north.
so it's better to run as close to the trees as possible.
What do they call? What do they call, bro? ATVs? Let me know in the comments. I forgot what they call, but if you just ran through a bunch of trees that are close together, they can't drive through that.
So it's better to run diagonal and keep as close to the trees as possible.
Right.
Once there's a dense thicket, I would go through the trees and quickly change my direction. It takes a lot more time to steer their ATVs in a narrow
I got it.
The next mistake was to run towards the light. This kid is headed straight for the clearing because he's more likely to find help, but they can already see where he's going and the power outrun them.
What should be the highest? Brain expanding, guys. Oh man, you don't want to die. Payback, gosh.
He starts seizing on the floor, and the group could only watch as their friend goes completely lit. Brad here asks what they've been poisoned, and the leader reveals that his friend is now completely paralyzed. But as they're distracted, nobody notices that Robbie has dropped the key next to Curtis, and soon he'll be the only one that can save him. In the front of the room, this girl sits on top of the paralyzed bully and enrolls a set of needles. Showing one off to the crowd, she stabs it right through the man's neck as the others look away. It's horrible. Watch as the girl keeps putting more of them into his body. Still alive, but can't do
I never signed up for this type of acupuncture. Oh man.
Brad goes back to the other victims. That's 3 bullies punished with 3 more to go. The students are terrified and wrong direction. In the main room,
Brain expanding, guys.
like what they might have done to deserve this. And Brad here suddenly starts crying. He's
Oh
terrified.
man.
He demands
You don't want to
like it's a biatch.
The vial of poison and tries to pour it down this boy's throat. But when he starts resisting, the kidnapper stabs her right in the shoulder. The others are too scared to intervene, and the clown dumps the liquid into the bully's mouth. He starts seizing on the floor, and the group can only watch as their friend goes completely limp. Brad here asks what they've been poisoned, and the leader reveals that his friend is now completely paralyzed. But as they're distracted, nobody notices that Robbie has dropped the key next to Curtis here, and soon he'll be the only one that can save her. In the front of the room, this girl sits on top of the paralyzed bully and unrolls a set of needles. Showing one off to the crowd, she stabs it right through the man's neck as the others look away. It's horrible. Watch as the girl keeps plunging more of them into his body. Still alive, but can't do
I never signed up for this type of acupuncture. Oh, man.
Dragged to the back room of the other victims. That's 3 bullies punished with 3 more to go. The students are terrified as the kidnappers scan the room to choose their next victim. But Curtis here sees an opportunity and
Oh,
decides
he's trying to free himself because he got the key.
the key. He unlocks his chains and runs.
Starts to run away.
Starts shooting at him, protecting his friend. The clown suddenly tackles him to the floor, but the traitor is quickly overpowered and held down. The others are confused as Robbie explains that Curtis was the only person who was nice to him at school. He wanted to save his life, but it's the last thing he'll ever do. As the leader plunges a knife into his chest.
Kill him now.
This girl runs to her dead friend, shocked that the leader would murder one of his own, but the man explains that Robbie betrayed them. This is the consequence for his actions, and anyone who tries to stop their plans will be punished. Okay, this is escalating quickly. Not
Very.
only are these kidnappers willing to kill their bullies, but also
But they're also their teammates.
their plan. As scary as it seems, it actually reveals some pretty useful information, because it shows us that they're not
Go
loyal
on.
to each other. They're loyal to getting revenge. If we're careful, we can actually use this in our favor and turn the kidnappers
Against each other, okay?
this information as time.
How we gonna do that?
That's what I like to do.
Just tell a quick lie. Tell a quick lie. Might work.
The less dangerous
He got away too fast. The doors could have been locked. To someone else. See if you could unlock everyone.
This would let us free
A master
If
key.
we all waited for the court first, we would have the element surprise. If you're the back like Curtis here, the crowd would give you plenty of beach to cover to escape without getting hit by a bullet. If we find out that the key only unlocks our own chains, I would have waited until I saw one of the kidnappers leave the house to make sure the door wasn't locked. It would also be a lot smarter to escape while someone is getting tortured, because all eyes will be on them
Alright.
instead of on you.
Perfect distraction.
And neither is the needle here, but this guy only has an axe, which has limited range. That means all we need is to distract the leader here, and the best opportunity is when someone is being punished. Instead, he chose to run while literally nothing was happening.
Everyone was aware.
We need to choose who the next victim will be.
Right.
This is easily the most poorly timed exit strategy you can think of, and he was lucky to escape.
He got away, luckily. The door could have been locked. He got out though.
The kidnappers went to an ATVs, and it's only a matter of time before they catch up to him. That's when he sees a police car in the distance, and
Oh,
runs up
we got
to
the-
him.
we got the
Robbie
popo.
gets out and raises his gun as Curtis tells the man people are being killed at the house down the road. He doesn't understand what the boy is saying, and suddenly gets shot to death by the kidnappers. With
They got him. Take the gun. Take the gun.
man's gun and runs
Smart.
back at the house. This girl's mourning Robbie's death when her friend Jack enters the room and tells her they'll be punishing their next victim. The girl is still angry at their leader for murdering Robbie when speaking out the bully can be huge. They go
She can't do nothing about it anymore. Oh no.
For your face.
Crazy. Painful. from that.
The other victims
Dang.
should have told Brad to shut up.
Be quiet, Brad. I already told you I don't like Brad, bro.
There's the bully of them all. So as soon as he's dealt with, it will be anticlimactic to punish anyone else. This kid is the main culprit.
He gonna be the last one.
His revenge out of the way. They might take it easy.
He gonna be the turkey on Thanksgiving dinner.
This year got lucky in finding his local sheriff, but unfortunately, he played the entire situation the wrong way. After
Oh,
the
man.
was killed, he grabbed his gun and ran off, but never stopped to realize that behind him was the perfect getaway vehicle. Earlier,
He could have went into the car. Duh. Right.
Because the worst case scenario, there are no police, but the car actually
You can just hide. And then you can drive off. Went back out into the woods. God, armor. All they have to do is stay low.
Now that in over 230 incidents, 35% of cars fire. The suspect either
Wow.
himself or extensive fire.
Betrayed. Call for help. You could hear a noise. Hear the noise from it.
Now, the International Emergency Sign of Distress is a sequence of 3 signals, and this can be anything from flashes of a mirror or missiles. Fire from a gun. In fact, when it's here, tell them the orange goods are clean and alert the Meanwhile, Murder finds a house on wheels and knocks on the door.
That's some good knowledge to know, guys. That's some great knowledge to know.
Tells me what his gun is. Curtis tries to warn him about the murder, but the man refuses. Instead, he tells him to lie and knocks the kid out. Back at the house, this
Dang.
begins to come for Brad.
Will he help us?
Suddenly, this redhead realizes she knows her and accuses the kidnapper of being Emily from their school. The girl stands up and takes off her mask, revealing her face to the whole room. The other kidnappers follow suit.
Oh, all of them revealing their face.
Exposing their identities to the
Face reveal at 100K.
surrounded by the losers they bully. The redhead knows they want revenge and apologizes to Emily, begging to be spared. The kidnapper promises not to hurt her in exchange for cutting off every single one of Brad's fingers. It's a good offer, but she can't bring herself to accept the deal. So Emily decides to make the offer to Brad instead and convinces him to take her heel. Meanwhile, Curtis is tied to a chair.
Oh, I know Brad. Brad about to snap them fingers. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel like Brad gonna do it.
The kid begs the man to call the cops, but he refuses to believe that the boy's being hunted and thinks he tries to
He thinks he's a robber. Just call the cops. Nice. Very lucky. Call him. You can't go alone, old man.
Out the house, he ran up to the front porch and started banging the door, but never stopped to realize that
He still had a gun in his hand.
Showing up to a stranger's house with your weapon drawn is not a good way to ask for someone's help. But it's even worse when you realize this kid is in rural Texas. 45% of households in Texas own guns, which is approximately 13.
And I'm sure you could like shoot people on your property if they pose a threat. You know what I'm saying? If they on your property, you could like self-defense body them.
2 million people. With those kinds of statistics, a dream like this is a surefire way of getting yourself shot. And it's not a surprise that the old man saw him as a threat. What's strange, though, is that this veteran didn't call the cops either.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if this guy actually thought his life was in danger, there's
He would have called the cops as soon as he tied him up.
the boy up in his living room but didn't gag him, and he wasn't waiting for the police to arrive, so there must be another reason for his actions. Now, Curtis here was very smart to observe his surroundings. He noticed that the man had 3 medals on the wall and served in the United States Army. And if the man served his country on this level, it will help us understand how he might be. Every detail in this house can tell us who this man is, and the more information we have about him, the better we will be able to gain his trust. Look at the items in this
Awesome,
room.
bro.
It has a 500-piece puzzle in front of the sofa and a huge shelf full of books. This is not the living room of a killer, and if anything, they're both signs that he wants to hear what we have to say. Studies have shown that people who read are much more empathetic and make better citizens. Really improves your ability to understand the thoughts and feelings of others, and with a bookcase this one, there's
Upset gut keeping you up? Flora Store Digest and Rest Nighttime Formula flushes out the bad bacteria and boosts the good. Plus, it supports restful sleep with melatonin. Try Flora Store tonight.
good
I did not know that. I don't read books a lot, but I read like online articles and stuff like that. Leon, do any reading? Whoa. What? No. She should have took the offer.
But explain that if we remove all of them, then he'll be free for the rest of his life. People will be taken care of, and that's not going to teach him the lesson he deserves. The better thing to do is leave just enough fingers for him to stay independent and make his life a living hell. He won't be able to play football. Texting will take forever, and everyone will think he's a freak. It's
Make the deal even better.
But the truth is that it saves Brad here from losing all 10 fingers. It will only have to do half as much work. Back at the party, the redhead has been strapped to the chair while the boy kneels next to her, holding a pair of clippers in his hands.
What is he gonna do?
But the bully is too scared of being punished, and so he cuts her.
He does it! I told y'all he would do it! I told y'all!
To go. Reluctantly, Brad obeys and chops the redhead's middle finger off. That's when Emily offers to spare her if she inflicts the same punishment on someone else, and the redhead agrees.
Now she agrees to do it.
Before they begin, the kidnappers decide to make things interesting. The lights suddenly start to flicker as the redhead holds the clippers to the bully's fingers, but she can't bring herself to cut them off. Disappointed, the leaders switch the lights on, and Emily decides only one way to get what they want. Picking up a ball, she walks over to the girl.
The cream!
And applying the acidic cream to one of
Oh,
face.
no.
She makes it clear the girl has 2 minutes to cut the bully's fingers off, or else her face
The face is gonna start to melt.
The clippers to the boy's fingers, but still can't go through.
Guys, this is horrifying, bro. Jeez.
The old man goes out to investigate the house when he notices a guard standing.
Oh, there's.
He carefully.
Why didn't he call the cops? Why didn't he call the cops, bro?
A spiked cord swings into his leg.
They got traps.
He rips himself free from the trap, but can't walk and falls to the ground in agony. The
I
guard
know.
runs over, aiming the gun straight at his
Told
head.
you, old man.
The
Why?
old man has shot him.
Oh, he got him.
Takes off his mask, revealing the face of a dead high school student. He realizes
He was like, oh, dang, the guy was right. The other kid was right.
this could have been him.
Much better.
Without investigating the situation.
By himself.
Realized that Curtis might be punished, but he never asked the boy for any details. He
Oh.
went outside to investigate.
That's true. He didn't ask for any details.
What weapons they have, and if they're using
Do they have guns? Do they have walkie-talkies? What do they have? Any traps?
he was walking into. But instead, this guy walked straight into their trap. Now, the irony here is that this is not an ordinary trap. These spikes are referred to as punch sticks, which have been used in many different ways, but they were made famous in the Vietnam War.
Vietnam.
This man was in his
A
60s.
lot of traps come from Vietnam. Knowing what punching sticks are. bad mistakes, bro. You forgot everything you learned. Back to my phone. Hear him scream. See him in pain. Oh, perfect time to attack.
The kidnappers would have been used to the element of surprise, so they could nearly
Nice time to escape. Get out. He got on the road. Nice. He's the most reliable. What? Just what? I mean, you're trying to get the cops to show up hella fast. I guess you have to use that voice. Oh my gosh. Get it, bro. I believe in you. That man, on the main course. What is he gonna do?
One single touch, he can take away everything that brings him joy, and suddenly stab the knife directly into his spinal cord. Instantly, the bullet
Paralyzed him.
down, and there's nothing he can do to resist. That's 6 victims punished, but they're still not done.
He got some perfect aim to stab him in the spinal cord. He got it like in the right spot to paralyze him.
Dressed as a German officer notices the dead guard and realizes he's been shot. Looking around, the kid spots the old man in the distance and walks towards him. But when he bends down, the old man suddenly
He's still alive.
The kid collapses to the ground as the veteran finishes him up.
Okay, then.
Discovering another day
Another little kid.
in the house, Dane here announces that soon the sun will rise, and this will be all. But this bully dressed as a sailor starts to talk back. He tells them that this is illegal, and they'll all be going to jail. But Dane here disagrees. He explains that he was going to let the sailor go free, but actions have consequences. And since he spoke out, the sailor is going to be the one punished next.
No.
This guy is the dumbest person in the world. He's a very tantrum about how unfair they are.
Instead of just stay calm.
He would have realized that
Dang, bro. You don't want to piss people off.
the leader here was literally in the middle of giving his final speech and told them he hopes they learned their lesson. This is not something he'd say if he was about to slaughter everyone, so it's pretty clear something has changed. These kidnappers should be looking for their next victim to punish.
But they weren't.
They're all like dumb. It's possible that once they got revenge on the king of the wolves,
They were gonna release everyone else.
and his mouth shut, he might have been allowed to live. Now, we can't be sure that they were going to set them free.
Right.
All these kids go to the same school. The victims already know who their kidnappers are, and once they're released, nothing is stopping them from calling.
So telling the cops, right?
Logically, there's a good chance that this ends in a mass raid, and we don't believe it's the right way. So if I were in this situation, I would have been developing a plan for the worst case scenario and make sure everyone in the group knows what to do. Up until this point, the problem with escaping has always been that there are too many kidnappers with guns, and it would be too easy to get them. That's why the only way we could possibly overpower them is if
How so?
towards us all in one place. This sailor would have been the perfect strategy because he was able to lure everyone
Right to the left. And that's when everyone attacks. Jump it. Try to take their guns. You too, bro. Never drink out of the punch bowl, man. Man, I got money going up bad. I got so much. Yeah, I made one so much. Never like those links. You know what I'm saying? Never grudges, bro. You just gotta work on yourself. Pass it, pass it, forgive, and then just move on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang. Hey, shout out to that man. What's his name? Curtis? Curtis is the GOAT. Shout out to Curtis, Brad. And Brad takes the L, bro. Brad takes the L. Hey, banger video, man. Let me know what y'all thought down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of my reaction. Let me know what I should react to next, man. Keep the video requests coming. If you enjoyed my reaction, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
The decision of who to trust with assisted daily living for your loved one is one you don't take lightly. With more than 25 years of experience, Loving Hearts provides quality and respect.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to JY's Adventures. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Remember, you gotta accomplish Thank y'all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. YouTube algorithm coming through. Be on the way. We got the age of YouTube. So this was my recommendation. I said, yo, I gotta check this out. You got 7 million. This guy is support that he gets, you know what I'm saying? Videos are always such a if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know what I should react to next.
Trapped in a bitch where every other bitch is nasty. Not afraid if you don't see what every second is red. We have time for your death. I'm going to break down mistakes made, what you should do, and how to beat the death beach in old. This holiday will turn into your worst nightmare. The The Kappa family has just arrived at a beautiful seaside hotel and are looking for the vacation of a lifetime. After settling into their rooms, they all sit down at the restaurant to eat when the resort manager suddenly approaches their table. He tells them there's a hidden beach on another part of the island and only recommends it to his favorite guests, but they must promise to keep it a secret. Excited, the family takes him up on his offer, but that's when Trent here sees a young boy staring at them from across the room. He waves at him, but the hotel manager suddenly walks in, scolding the boy before rushing him out of the restaurant. Trent knows something is off, but he won't realize what's wrong until it's too late. Later that day, they're waiting in a van to be taken to the secret beach, when Trent here finds a strange note in his backpack. It must be from that boy, but before he has a chance to open it, another family gets to the van, and everyone is surprised that they weren't the only people invited. They're taken deeper into the island, and arrive at a drop-off point where the driver gives the father a huge basket. It's way too much for a day trip, but the driver insists they'll need it, and the man accepts the gift. The group begins their trek into the forest until they reach a slot canyon, and as they all pass through it, they find the most beautiful beach they've ever seen. It's surrounded by a massive stone wall, and none of them realize they've already been trapped here with no way out.
That's it.
Okay, this might look like a dream vacation, but there's already enough to tell us we've just been lured into a trap. First of all, you can see here that the hotel's name is Angelica. While it sounds luxurious and relaxing, I assure you it's not, because in Hindi, this literally means without a name. If that doesn't make you wonder about this place, then you're not paying attention. Because a real hotel would never brand themselves as having no name or identity, and it tells us they might be trying to hide something. Now, having said that, this is actually the perfect trip, because on a holiday, everyone likes their party. So when this guy comes up with like something special, like tell you what you see.
You on vacation, baby.
Everyone likes their party. So when this guy comes up with something special, like tell you what you see. You're less likely to question why he's being not pleased. The truth is, advertising a once-in-a-lifetime tourist location to only a small community is suspicious. Then as a hotel manager, he should be using it as a marketing tool. The client has been a lot of guys that business model. And the fact that he's asking them to keep this beach a secret means he's either the worst hotel manager or he has an ulterior motive. There's also no good explanation to be given this much food. When a hotel provides free amenities, it's limited to shower caps and shampoo. These guys are handed what looks like an entire week of food for what's supposed to be just a day trip. This is not normal behavior, but these parents were so focused on maximizing their holiday, they ignored all the signs that something about this place is off, and they're going to instantly regret it. But there was one last sign that would have told them this whole situation was an absolute disaster. None of these people here have had a single with
Shout out to Trey.
at peak. I remember when most normal place by finally convinced me to do something for shipping. It's also at least you know that I was this night of and Trent here hides in the water next to a club, but he's wrong. Behind him, something looks fine, and he realizes it's a dead body. Panicking, he runs to his mom's here, and as the adults rush in to check it out, they find a woman's corpse and wash their flesh. That way waiting to come in blood. But that's when the strange tourist walks out with blood leaking from his nose. Charles here thinks this man might have murdered the girl and tells him not to leave until the police arrive. But the stranger insists he's innocent. He and his girlfriend were both diagnosed with diseases, and they came here to forget about their problems. They gather by the rock wall and try to call the police for help, but none of them can get a signal. That's when two more guests from the hotel show up. The dad tells them there's been an emergency and they need to take the van back. But Jerry here explains the driver has already left. They're all stranded on this beach with a dead body and no phone reception. Suddenly, Crystal here runs in, telling her husband that there's something wrong with his mother. He walks away to take a look, but when they reach the old woman, they find that she's not breathing. Desperate, Charles here tries to resuscitate her, but it's too late. She's had a heart attack on the spot, and nobody saw it coming. That's one down, with 10 more to go. Taking his chance, the stranger begins running away to the beach, but Charles here turns around and chases after him. He follows the man into the canyon, but as they both stop in their tracks, the men begin to feel an intense pressure in their heads, and before they know it, they both pass out. Waking up, they find themselves back on the beach with no idea what just happened. Something is stopping them from leaving, and it's absolutely terrifying. Further down the shore, the mother runs up to Jared and his wife and asks if they've seen her kids, but they're confused. They ask her if this is some kind of joke, and that's when the mother realizes something. Horrified, she turns to find one of her kids standing right in front of her, 6 years older than when she last saw her. She can't believe what she's seen. Right in front of her, she can't
They have to switch out the actors for that.
She can't believe what she's seen. And begins to report why the crazy CGI decided to take a flight, pointing out that their kids were still inside of our house. And they don't let away to this beach. In my opinion, everybody would die. This is instantly wrong. Because it completely defines what kind of strange and there's no explanation. Anyone in their right minds would think they've just got magically crazy. So the first thing we need to do is start looking for other signs that might confirm this is really happening. Now, if you look around, you'll start to realize that there's no wildlife here at all. There's no fish, no birds, and there aren't even crabs or insects crawling along the sand. This beach also has no rack line, so there's not even any biological waste or detritus in the ocean water to wash up on shore. That is very strange for an undiscovered highway beach, because raw natural coastlines should look like this, not like this. In fact, the only sign of life is this coral reef, but these things have a lifespan of 5,000 years, so it's going to outlive everything. That is a horrifying revelation, because all of this is exactly what we would expect to see if life on this beach is aging too quickly to survive. That's plenty of evidence to prove we're not crazy, and if we don't find a way to escape, we're all going to die of old age, and this is the thing. Now that you understand what we're doing, the first thing we should be talking about is this guy, because we're all wondering, for some reason, we can't walk back without getting severe headaches and passing out. That means there's some other pressure separating us from the outside world, and it's keeping us trapped. While this seems devastating, this is actually great news, because these symptoms give us empirical evidence that we can use as the balance for this pressure and help us find a way out of it. This is very similar to something called concussion sickness, which few divers experience if they swim to the surface too fast. When the atmospheric pressure changes, it forces nitrogen into your tissues, and it can be fatal. The way divers deal with this is by ascending extremely slowly to let the atmospheric pressure affect them gradually. Now, even though we're dealing with time and not atmospheric pressure, the people on this beach are clearly moving too fast and it's making them sick. The better solution might be to crawl through it slowly, just like a diver would when they're coming back to the surface of the water. The worst case scenario is that they wake up on the beach again, and since time is already running out, it's a lot better to try and fail than to not try at all. Trying to calm everyone
And that's how you should approach life in general, guys, okay? When I say you can accomplish anything you put your mind to, you have to try it first, okay? You gotta try. You can't just think it and not do it, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot better to try and fail than to not try at all.
Exactly.
Trying to calm everyone down, this would suggest they should figure out why this is happening and asks what brought them all to the hotel. Crystal here reveals that her husband is a doctor who's been having problems at his workplace. The father reveals that their family is here because his wife has a benign tumor and he wanted to get away. But while he's talking, his wife starts feeling sick and suddenly faints. Acting quickly, the doctor here inspects her stomach and finds the tumor has grown way bigger since they arrived. He's never seen anything like it. But with no way to leave, they'll have to operate if they want to save her life. The man makes an incision across her stomach, but the cut closes back up in seconds. Everyone is completely shocked, but they decide to try again, this time holding the skin open to stop it from healing. Charles is finally able to cut out a massive tumor from her body, and the wound immediately closes shut. They manage to save her life, but on the other side of the beach, the stranger is about to find something that changes everything. He lifts the blanket to investigate his friend's body, but immediately jumps back. Calling the others, they all run in to take a look, and are surprised to see the only thing left of the woman are her bones. The mother tells them that the flesh of an exposed body should take 7 years to decompose, but they've only been here for 3 hours. That means time on this beach passes by faster than normal, and based on the children's growth, half an hour on the beach equals 1 year of their lives. They could age almost 50 years by the end of the day if they don't escape, and they're already running out of time. Okay, this is a devastating realization, because most of the people on this beach are in their 40s or 50s, so these adults are going to die of old age in less than 24 hours. The physical prime of their lives are already far behind, so it's not going to be long before keep this in mind, we should act immediately and start finding ways off of this beach. Now, since we're dealing with time, on our geographic limitations here, we're going to miss out on tons of possibilities to escape this place. For starters, you'll notice that there's hardly any plant life, but what's interesting is that this entire hillside is flourishing with plant life. It's also very likely that we would find coconut trees because it's one of the most common coastal trees here in the Philippines. A coconut palm is about 6 feet long, yielding up to 75 seeds per year, and this tiny fact is going to save our lives. If you can somehow get one of these seeds, you'll have a fully grown tree with 75 coconuts in as little as 3.5 hours, and since these things float, we can use them to build ourselves a raft to sail out. The hardest part of getting access to our plant in the first place, because obviously that's those things that these trees are growing, is because they aren't inside the trees. While most of the world's trees are fine, there are several spots on this beach where you can see foliage that's completely within our reach. If any of these have coconut trees nearby, we can try knocking down one of its roots and plant them on beach soil. A coconut seed can survive up to 120 days before germination.
At Firestone, we treat every car like it's our own and every customer like they're our family.
I want to be able to take care of them like I would take care of my mom. That's my promise. Keep them safe.
Helping our neighbors since 1926. Firestone complete.
And the water inside provides enough moisture to grow in sandy conditions. So even though time passes quickly here, we would still have a full 10 minutes to plant food. If we hack time by growing our own forest of coconuts, it wouldn't take us very long to build a raft. And even if we pass out from the decompression sickness, we can still make it through the time field without drowning. Now, that's not the only thing we have at our disposal. Every dead body on this beach must be considered an extremely valuable resource, because we can use a corpse to test how quickly time is moving, depending on where we are on the beach. Luckily, this grandma died just moments ago, and that's great news for anyone who wants to escape this place. Since we can't cross the canyon without passing out, we have good reason to believe the symptoms are a sign that we're already crossed the threshold, but we don't know exactly where the threshold is. This one's body can help us confirm where that border is, because if we push our corpse through the canyon until we get sick and pass out, we will be able to tell if it's reached the boundary by observing its rate of decomposition. For example, if the granny's head is still fresh skin, while the rest of her body is turning into bones, then we'll know that this is the exact boundary line, and we can concentrate all of our problem solving into crossing a smaller area of space. It might even be as simple as forcing people across one by one, and then barricading them in so they can't return after passing out. Their bodies might adjust after a longer period, and we can successfully cross the threshold by brute force. While the others try to find a way out, Trent and Kara here are hiding in a tent, and the girl is scared by how much they're changing. The boy comforts her, explaining they're just growing up and they should embrace it, but he's about to make his biggest mistake. Outside, the parents notice the youngest kids are missing, and this guy spots them across the beach. As the group walks towards them, they're all seem horrified to find the children are now fully grown, and the girl is already 5 months pregnant. Jared here tells them that a full-term pregnancy only takes 20 minutes on this beach, and she'll be going to labor very soon. Terrified, Kara's laid down on a towel as her belly begins to stretch. Desperate to get her daughter help, the mother runs away to try and escape the beach, but she doesn't make it far. Moments later, Maddox here finds the woman passed out in the sand, and as she's helping her get back on her feet, they hear the baby crying in the distance. The two girls walk over to see the infant for themselves, but then it suddenly goes quiet. Horrified, this woman cradles the baby, and the others realize it died from lack of attention, with no way for them to save its life. It's absolutely devastating, and Trent here screams at the others, unable to accept his child's death. Later, Maddox tries to comfort his family about what just happened, but she's traumatized by today's events and tells the girl to leave her alone. Suddenly, they hear screaming in the distance. This guest watches in horror as Charles brutally stabs the stranger to death, and everyone's running over to stop him, but it's too late. By the time they get there, the man is already dead, and that's 2 down with 9 more to go. The dad slowly approaches Charles and takes the knife out of his hand, but the man barely reacts. He's suffering a mental breakdown, and the group walks away as the dad puts the murder weapon into his wife's bag. Jared here tells the parents that his wife will die soon without seizure medication, and worried that the doctor might kill again, he volunteers to swim out to find another way off the beach. Okay, first of all, Jared here is an idiot. Everything we know about this beach should tell us that swimming out to the ocean is the worst thing he could do. There's already been one dead body washed up on shore, and this guy told them the girl was an excellent swimmer, so there's no reason for him to think he could do any better. Secondly, we don't know how the time field is covering this place. It might be like a magnetic field just inside the canyon, Or it could be a huge dome that stretches for several kilometers. If he gets decompression sickness while swimming and passes out, he's guaranteed to drown, and that's not helpful to anyone. Time is the most important resource here, and when you realize that just crossing the beach alone can take you 1 full year of your life, you can't waste it on trying things that don't have a good chance of working. If every solution takes you 3 hours to attempt, you are limited to testing 8 ideas total in your entire lifespan.
Just 8.
This is incredibly limited, but we have one advantage here. Because of this many people, we can explore multiple solutions if we work together in the right way. First, we should factor how old everyone on this beach is and how long they have left to live, because that is how much time we can actually spend to find a way out. This here is our official time limit, and the best way to spend it is to spread out, so multiple solutions are being explored at once. Anytime the whole group is doing the same thing, that moment is compounded and wasted 9 times over. For example, if the whole group has to spend 30 minutes walking across the entire beach together, that isn't just 1 year wasted, it becomes 9 years wasted.
So each person has a different task, you know what I'm saying? Like this person does this, that person does that, and then that way we have enough time to spread out.
Walking across the entire beach together, that isn't just 1 year wasted, it becomes 9 years wasted, because each person could have been spending that time doing something else. For this reason, we should never stay in the group. Everyone should be investigating different parts of the beach together. gather more information to help us escape. One person should be looking at this coral, since it's the only living thing on the entire beach. Another person should be trying to crawl slowly into the canyon to test the decompression sickness theory, while someone else should be trying to look for coconut trees. If it has a chance of working, we should be delegated to exploring as many ideas as we can to increase our chances of escape. Now, the strategy becomes more difficult when you have a killer on the loose. Charles here is suffering from mental decline as his body ages, and it's a serious danger to everyone on this beach. We can't go concentrate on being productive, and we have to constantly worry about being the next person to get stabbed. Since we can't trust him, and his condition is only going to get worse, the best thing we can do is put the poor man out of his misery and kill him. Now, it's not all bad, because by killing him, we can use his decomposing body to test more areas of the beach that might show us where the time fields border. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a win-win for everyone. As the others regroup, the father tells them he's figured out a pattern. Among everyone on this beach, someone in each family was sick with a disease, and it can't be a coincidence. Overwhelmed, Maddox here walks into the ocean to calm herself down. But as she's standing in the water, a dead body bumps into her. Screaming, she runs back to shore, and as the waves bring closer, they realize it's Jared. He blacked out and drowned in trying to get help, and the men pull his body out of the water, making that now 3 down with 8 more to go. Traumatized, Kara here knows they'll die on this beach if they don't try to escape, and hands Trent their baby's remains for him to bury, but while he's distracted, she decides to scale the cliff. Realizing what's happening, Trent calls out to her, but the girl is determined to make it to the top. Hearing the screams, the others arrive and beg her to come down, but that's when she suddenly stops climbing. She's blacking out, and Trent here screams at her, but it's too late. The girl loses her grip and falls to her death. That's 4 down, with 7 more to go. Trent here is devastated, but the family leaves the body behind and walks back to join the others. They find Jared's widow, and she tells them she plans to float out to sea, but suddenly the woman collapses to the ground. She starts convulsing from a seizure, and the others can do nothing but watch her die, with no idea how to save her. That's 5 guests down, with 6 more to go. Things are moving too fast for them to keep up, and that's when the dad begins to illness. The aging is blinding and not affected. It's making him lose his sight. As the sky begins to go dark, the kids search the beach and find the belongings of a previous victim, but that's when the girl discovers a notebook. The writer thought that magnetism from the rocks was making his cells age faster. She continues reading when suddenly her brother notices a light in the distance. It's the reflective lens of a camera, and someone's been watching them, but they have no idea why. Okay, this is a lot to take in, but with all this death, it's way too easy to forget the most important thing that's happened. The father here realized that someone in each family has a unique disease, and if it's the only thing they have in common, then it must be the reason they're here. The stranger's nose wouldn't stop bleeding, so he must have had hemophilia. The mother had a tumor in her stomach. This woman has a calcium deficiency, and Patricia here had seizures. Since we know someone on the mountain has been observing them this whole time, it's obvious that this has something to do with stomach and degenerative diseases to see how is in our world. Now, the rumor of these personalities is very interesting, because it says there's something about the magnetism of the rock that's making their cells age faster. This is absolutely wild, because if it's true, then it tells us how we might be able to slow down the aging process and possibly get out. When the tourists arrived at the beach, they were given a lot of food to take with them. But what nobody noticed was how strange the packaging was. If a hotel handed you food like this, you'd think you were being sent into space. It's not normal, and the only rational conclusion is that this packaging must be protecting the food from aging. Nobody touched the food until 4.5 hours later, when this girl got knocked up. But on this beach, that's the equivalent of 90 years. If this food was already exposed to the effects of aging, it would have rotted minutes after arriving. So it's reasonable to assume that these bags were keeping them fresh. Now, if the rocks are creating some kind of magnetic field that's causing their cells to age faster, then this is great news, because there's actual science behind this concept. There's no substance that can block magnetic fields, but you can redirect the magnetic field lines using something called magnetic shielding. In fact, if you've ever seen one of these strange boxes on the end of your power cable, that's exactly what this thing is doing. It's called a ferric beam, and it reduces high-frequency electromagnetic interference. What's interesting about ferrite is that you can even buy them in sheets like this, and that's what makes me think that this packaging might be using something like ferrite to divert the magnetic field away from it. If it were me, I would craft myself a suit by binding together all of the packaging and try walking through the canyon with it. It's also very easy to test this theory, because the parents are much older, so the effects of aging will show more quickly on them than anyone else. If we wrap one of their hands in a bag to see if it ages more slowly, This would be all the proof you need that this packaging will prevent the effects of aging. Now, as for this girl, climbing the rock wall was a very dumb idea, because she chose the steepest cliff and put no consideration to what would happen if she passes out. The truth is, there are a lot better places to try climbing up. If you look here behind this woman, you can see these rocks aren't as steep as everywhere else, and the trees are much closer. We also know non-fatal wounds will close immediately, so if this girl is determined to be an idiot, I would at least try to convince her to be an idiot in a more logical spot, so it might at least be something worth trying.
There are better places for you to be an idiot.
My Air Price Advisor has helped me navigate uncertain times before. Now is no different. With his advice, I'm confident I'm on track.
The plan we created is for the long term. No wonder clients rate us 4.9 out of 5 in overall satisfaction. Ameriprise Financial.
Try to convince her to be an idiot in a more logical spot, so it might at least be something worth trying. Later that night, Charles takes back his knife from the mother's back. The man sneaks up on the parents and suddenly attacks them, but the father can't see one of the parents. Right, the mother runs off with her kids on the other side and tells them to quickly find a place to hide. They take shelter in a nearby river. When the sister hears something flying, the mother lights a match and the first here has been hiding in this cave the whole time. Angry, she picks up a rock and runs and suddenly drops her arm and breaks the bone there. And when Trencher lights another match, we see the crystal apartment in the conversation quickly back to the entire man when goes towards them. It's on their arm, so he snaps the bone. Their children can't go. No, see, when he goes towards them, her other arm, so he snaps the bone. The children can't go away as she starts thrashing around, causing more of her some frightening damage. Finally, she dies. That's 6 down, with 5 more to go. Outside the cave, the father is about to be killed, but the mother suddenly attacks the doctor with a knife, saving her husband at the last second. The woman reveals she cut him with a rusty blade, and soon he'll die from blood poisoning. In seconds, his entire body goes into septic shock, and the doctor collapses on the beach, shaking from the infection before he finally dies. That's 7 guesses down, with 4 to go. The kids run back to join them, and now there's only one family left alive on the beach, but they've already been here for too long. The parents have gone home, and they both know it's their time to die. Looking up at the stars, they spend their final moments together as a family until the parents pass away in the night. That's 9 down, with only 2.
How are the kids gonna get out?
Okay, this is a very bittersweet moment. The parents get a pass away from old age in the arms of their children, but if the kids don't find a way off this beach, they're going to die just like their parents did. Now, you might think that because it's dark, it would be a terrible idea to try escaping, but there's one advantage here that they aren't considering. Since the Earth rotates through 2 tidal bulges every day, the ocean's tides come in and out every 12 hours and 25 minutes. And due to the pull of gravity, a tide is highest when it's full. On this beach, we can see here that they have what's called a waxing gibbous moon in the sky. It's not completely full, so it's probably positioned somewhere around here, but it's still going to pull the Earth to create a higher tide. Now, this is a really big deal, because these waves are going to lift above the rocks, and they'll be much closer to the overhanging tree line. If they ever had a chance to escape by sea, then this. It also just so happens that these 2 dead parents make for perfect floating devices in a situation like this. It might seem counterintuitive, but a dead body is a lot more buoyant than a living one. When a dead person starts to decompose, the bacteria in the gut produces gases like methane, hydrogen sulfide, and carbon dioxide. This makes a corpse float on the surface of the water like a balloon, and it's way more buoyant. While normally the building up of these gases in a human body can take weeks, on this beach, that would be almost instantaneous. With a high tide and 2 gassed up bodies as nature's best floating devices, it might be worth it to serve our dead parents into the ocean along the edge of the shore. We can use the raised water like
It's cool, but how to beat ya?
Worth it to serve our dead parents into the ocean along the edge of the shore. We can use the raised water line to better reach the trees, and if we're lucky, we've might make it out alive. Now there's one last thing to consider here. Since we learned from this notebook that the rocks might have magnetic qualities to them, this tells us a lot about the shape of the threshold that's keeping us trapped here. A magnetic field needs to have two poles, just like the Earth does. So it's much more likely that the field that's trapping us here looks more like this, and not like this. With this in mind, we should have enough confidence that as long as we have something to keep us afloat, we just might be able to swim out and reach the tree line without blacking out and drowning. By the time the sun rises, the children are in their 50s, and Trent asks his sister if they should still try to escape. She thinks it's a lost cause, and they decide they should use the little time they have left to be kids again. Together, they start building a sandcastle, but her brother suddenly remembers he received a coded message from that boy, and he never opened it. His sister tells him to go find it, and Trent runs to get it. Coming back with the letter, the man decodes the message, and when he figures out what it says, he's shocked. The message reads, "My uncle doesn't like the coral," and Trent thinks that means the coral might protect them from aging. With no better ideas, the children decide to risk it all and walk into the sea. Swimming under the water, they enter the coral reef, but as Trent makes his way through, he turns around to see his sister's shirt has been caught. Desperate, he swims back and tries to save her, but he can't tear it off the coral. Meanwhile, the van driver has been secretly observing them from a distance, but seeing that they haven't come up from the water, he realizes they must have drowned. Reaching for a cell phone, he calls someone to tell them that there's nobody left on the beach, and hangs up. The man drives to a secret location and arrives at a building in the jungle that's full of scientists. They're researching different diseases, and the hotel manager here has been using his guests as test subjects to run their drug trials. That's when this twin approaches, telling him that their newest batch of guests have arrived, but they have no idea their entire operation is about to blow up in their faces. Okay, I gotta say, well done, because this beach is a perfect business opportunity for an unethical company to take advantage of. Drug trials take a long time to improve because nobody knows how a medicine is going to affect somebody long term. But since everything on this beach ages over 17,000 times faster than normal, they can test a compound with an entire human lifespan in less than 2 days. Now, as great as this strategy is, I have one problem with it. Drug trials take a lot of money and a lot of science. This place is swarming with researchers who are all essential in creating complicated medicinal compounds to test out on their new victims. And if even one of them starts to grow a conscience and decides to report their activities, then it's game over. This kind of risk is unacceptable. But there just might be another way to get filthy rich off of this beach without having to kill anyone at all. Now, it's not very clear if this beach only speeds up aging or if it actually speeds up time. But it's something that I would definitely want to test out. Instead of relying on a large group of people like this, I would have tried using it to my advantage faster than anyone. Yeah, you were able to make it lots of things. And a big one, using it to my advantage faster than anyone. If we were able to make something greater than escape, what we already know. I would have tried using it to my advantage faster than anyone. If we were able to make somehow this beach, and I would have made it 17,520 times faster than anyone else. Don't be too careful. We're talking about the water changes and this could make us millions of dollars every day, and for that kind of money, I'd be happy to lay low and keep the secrets of this beach to myself. Later at the hotel, the resort manager warns against taking guests as they arrive. He plans on sending them to the beach just like the others and offers them a complimentary drink. These cocktails were actually for medicine the researchers wanted to test, but just before the woman can give it to them, someone knocks into her, knocking the cocktails to the ground. When the staff see who it is, they're shocked. Trent and Maddox have both escaped the reef and have already called the cops, exposing that the hotel is a front for unethical drug trials. With the resort under investigation, the children are airlifted from the hotel, but even though they lost their family, they learned a very important lesson. Always check the reviews before booking. But what do you think? How would you be? Use TripAdvisor. Let me know in the comments down below, and use my exclusive link to get your first Dine for Trade coffee for free. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and check out the How to Be playlist for more videos like this. Until next time, have a damn good day.
You too, fam. Guys, oh my gosh, what would y'all do in that situation? Everybody around y'all getting older. Your family, you go on a vacation with your family and that happens to you, fam. What are you doing, bro? Hey, man. Guys, again, like I say all the time, great video, banger video from Cinema Something. I enjoyed the heck out of this, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought of it down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of my reaction. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.